So the film begins, and a girl named Riya is shown in space. She wakes up in fear and sees that the condition of the space station was worst. There was a wound on her head. She did not remember who she was, where she came from, and why she came. Warning alarms were ringing in the space station. The order was being given to reset the system. She goes ahead to check, holding a torch. She finds the dead bodies of all the crew members in a cabin. Thinking what had happened to them, she moves ahead and reaches the gate of the space station. Their spaceship is on some other planet, where Riya goes out without wearing a mask. It was snowing here. There were mountains all around. And Riya also sees some human corpses here. After going a little further, she sees her own shadow, which disappeared in a short while because a strange pink and blue light started spreading there, and due to that, Riya started having trouble breathing. She ran back to her spaceship with great difficulty. As she came inside, she recalled her crew from a vision of the past. We come to know from their conversation that the planet on which these people were was named KOI. They gave it the nickname Ash. Anyway, this vision of Riya ends, and, in the present, we see that she was implanting a chip on her neck, which gives her relief as she did this. And then she goes to take a bath. While taking a bath, we see blood all over her body. Again, she starts checking the space station. She finds a book in which there was written about the space shuttle, and a video of hers is also seen, from which she comes to know a lot about herself. While reading this, suddenly she hears someone's voice from around her. She gets scared and hides near the airlock, and she slowly moves forward and looks. There was a man wearing a spacesuit who seemed like a threat to her. She was thinking of killing him. Taking of his helmet, the man told her that I am your partner. Brion was in charge of this mission. He tells Riya that because you had called for help, he had come here to help her, but Riya did not remember as such when she got into trouble and when she called someone for help. Seeing the condition of the place and the dead bodies everywhere, he asks her if Clarke, that is, their other member, has done all this. When Riya is unable to answer him, then Brion tells her that it was because of Clarke that you called me for help, but Riya was not able to remember anything. Well, after some time, Brion makes Riya lie down on a bed and checks her entire body through a robotic medical machine. At the same time, he also tries to remind Riya about his mission. He tells that due to the overpopulation on Earth, these people had set out to find a new planet for humans to live in. This was not their first mission. They have already done 6 missions, all of which had failed. This was the 7th and last mission, and this mission is the last hope for humans. He says that the name of the planet on which they are at this time is KOI. Riya sits here after getting up and asks Brion, "First tell me about me. Who am I?" So Brion doesn't tell her, and says that you will start remembering yourself. Riya goes to sleep, and in the middle of the night, she wakes up in fear. She sees a half-dead man in front of her who was injured, but the next moment he disappeared, and Riya understood that she is hallucinating. The next morning, Riya and Brion wake up and they start taking out the dead bodies of all their crew members present here from this spaceship, because stench of death had started to come from here. Clarke, one of their crew members, no one knew anything about her. These people talk about her. They were thinking that she can go out of the space station as well, and all this that has happened is also done by her. Brion says that we don't need to take much tension. If she is outside, then as soon as her oxygen gets over, she will have to come inside. Hearing about oxygen, Brion remembers that there was tension for them too, because there was little oxygen left on their space station, and if they don't decide to go back soon, then their lives can also be in danger. Well, when Riya again was roaming inside the space station, suddenly, she saw a scissors soaked in blood. After seeing it, she again started seeing her old visions, in which she got a glimpse of how one of their crew members was harming the others with the help of this scissors. While she was thinking about all this, Brion arrived here, who told her that a deadly storm was brewing on the planet outside, while Riya gave her the good news that she is starting to remember a few things of past. During their conversation, the alarms start ringing again, and they come to know that the oxygen level of their space station is decreasing rapidly. This was because, due to the storm, the space station was damaged somewhere, which Riya quickly finds and repairs. But the sad thing was that they had lost 30% of their oxygen, which was their support for about 10 days. They will have to leave from here to complete the supply of their space station. But Riya refuses to leave from here, saying that it is possible that their crew member Clarke is still alive, and she cannot leave her. Hearing this, Brion gets angry, and he shouts at Riya and says that you will have to listen to me, because I am the captain here. Riya was a little scared. Her mental condition was already not good. To cure her health, Brion gave her small chips to install on her neck again, which improved her condition. Riya now goes to sleep, and this time she sees her second crew member in her dream, who was actually her husband. Both of them were on some other planet at that time, and there Riya sees a very big pit, from which energy was continuously coming out. Her husband tells her, "Don't go near it as it is dangerous," and with this, her dream ends. Riya's eyes also open. Now she starts watching the footages of this place to know everything. She takes out the footage of the first day, where Brion had sent many crew members to investigate outside. And here on this planet, they also saw a very big pit. They were surprised to see it, because there was a strange type of liquid inside it. On seeing it, they understand that it cannot be natural. Someone has made it. And if someone had made it here, then it also means that some alien creature lives here. Here, when one of their companions tries to look inside this pit, then an energy comes out from inside the pit and smashes his head. And in the present, Riya gets scared after seeing this. While watching this video, Brion comes here, and Riya also understands it, that Brion already knew that this planet is very dangerous. But he was not telling all this to Riya, because he could not see his last mission fail. Here, Riya also understands this, that the small patches that Brion gives her, these are to erase her memories, so that she does not remember anything and she can only focus on the mission. But now, when Riya had remembered a lot of flashbacks and many things, she decided that she will not go anywhere from here without leaving her crew member Clarke, and she will also find out what happened to the rest of the crew members. Hearing this, Brion installs 2 more small chips on her neck and makes her sleep in her room. As soon as he leaves, Riya removes these patches from her neck. As soon as she removes them, Riya gets another flashback in which she was stabbing her own husband with scissors. It was shown that he was in a very bad condition. It seemed as if he had become a zombie. He must have come in the possession of the energy that was coming from outside. It had come under its control. Now Riya remembers that she herself had stabbed one of them, but she does not remember what happened to the rest of them. Riya feels that her other crew member Clarke must also have come under the control of that energy, like her husband. She had killed her husband herself, but Riya was feeling that Clarke must have killed all the other crew members. When she goes outside to tell this to Brion, she confronts Clarke, who has now returned to the station. While escaping from her, she searches for Brion in the entire station, but now she could not find Brion anywhere. She quickly wore her spacesuit, and she went outside to find him. There she saw Brion's dead body. In the condition in which the body was, Riya did not take much time to understand that it has been a long time since he died. So, who was that Brion whom she had been seeing with her for so long? Riya was still thinking this when Clarke came behind her to kill her, and she started fighting with her to escape from her. Riya returns to the station, and Clarke is still after her. Before she can kill Riya badly, Riya fills Clarke's helmet with water, which causes her to die of suffocation. When Riya checks Clarke with a robotic medicine device, she finds out that there was no infection in her body, so why was she killing everyone? Riya's own condition was also deteriorating after leaving Clarke's body on the planet. She decides to go back, but now her space station was also not working. Her condition started deteriorating. To keep her health better, she installs 2 chips on her neck. There was so much confusion in her mind, but still, her condition did not improve. She decided that now she will check Brion's body and see how long it has been since he died. Through this robotic medicine device, she comes to know that Brion had also died 51 hours ago, i.e. about 2 days ago, and he died due to a strong blow on his head. This thing confused Riya even more, that who was that person with whom she was for 2 days? Warning alarms start ringing again in the spaceship, and Riya hears the sound of someone coming inside. It could be an alien as well. Riya goes to check with great caution, and she sees Brion alive again. She had just seen Brion's dead body. Who was in front of her? She got very scared. Then this Brion told her that I am a part of your thought. Before this, Riya could not understand his words. He inserts both his fingers into the wound on her head, and from here, the scene suddenly shifts to flashback. We are shown that day when their spaceship had landed on this planet. As soon as they arrived here, the first thing they saw was the pit, which their space station had already sensed as some energy. As one of their crew members looked inside that pit, a race of energy attacks him like a Metroid, and he is killed there. So, it was very shocking for all of them. All of them immediately came inside their space station. Anyway, they did not have to forget their mission. They had to investigate this planet and make it habitable for humans. Scientists get involved in research here every day, and here they find a small parasite. A strange and most different thing was that it was a living animal, a living parasite, but it also had metallic properties. In simple words, it was behaving like an animal and a robot at the same time. It was also behaving like a machine. These people were going to find out through this parasite whether humans can survive here or not. Riya, who was a scientist, starts experimenting on this parasite. She cuts a small piece of this parasite and puts it on a tray. She wanted to check whether it will grow on its own or not, but this parasite grows faster than they thought. Riya's husband noticed it from behind, and he was about to tell the same thing to Riya when suddenly that parasite became very big and went inside his nose, and as soon as it entered his body, it took control over his mind. That's why he immediately attacks Riya, and Riya, to save herself, kills her partner by stabbing him with scissors. Now this parasite, which was inside her husband, quickly comes out and goes inside another crew member standing with him, and now it has taken control over his mind as well. Now this man was about to attack Riya when Clarke came here to save Riya. She had already fallen behind. She immediately called Brion to help Clarke and kill that monster. As Brion comes here, the man who turned into a monster attacks Brion. He kills him by hitting him on the head with a stick from behind. Before it, the same man turned into a monster may attack Clarke. Riya sends Clarke out of here. While here, this man turned into a monster now calls Riya to him by possessing her with the power of his mind, and he is about to attack her when Riya regains consciousness, and she stabs him to death. But the monster inside him does not die, and he comes out of that man's mind and goes inside the wound on Riya's head, and he takes control of Riya's entire body. That is, the twist was that the infected was actually not the Clarke but Riya, and because of this parasite controlling her mind, Riya had lost all her memories. The scenes shift to the present, and we see that the parasite had completely controlled Riya's mind, and tells Riya that the Brion she was seeing in front of her was just a hallucination of Riya's, which the parasite was showing her. This parasite tells her that humans first destroyed the earth and now they want to come here to destroy this planet as well. However, humans are wrong, and humans should be exterminated. This parasite, while controlling Riya, also got Clarke killed because these parasitic aliens were also on a mission. They were planning to go to Earth with Riya, and were also planning to harm humans. They want to harm or kill all humans so that humans do not come to their planet and spoil it. An interesting thing is known about this parasitic alien that this parasitic alien can make a connection with any living thing and with machines as well. Similarly, it made a link with the space station and also with Riya. The warning alarms that were ringing as soon as the movie started were not wrong. There were really these aliens in the space station, but Riya did not see them because they were inside Riya's body. As soon as Riya remembers all the things she understands, that this parasite can prove to be very dangerous for her as well as for the world. She immediately gets her surgery done with the help of her robotic medical device, and she gets that parasite out of her head. Even after coming out of Riya's body, this parasite does not sit peacefully. Rather, it goes and attacks Brion's dead body. He goes inside the body and makes rapid changes inside the dead body, and it turns it into a monster, and then gets Riya killed through the same monster. And taking control over Brion's entire body, it makes rapid changes in his body, and turns him into a terrible monster, and makes him attack Riya. Riya was wanting to fight him, but that monster was much more powerful than her. It was a big thing that Riya could free herself from it. Now Riya uses her brain, and here, taking a flame gun, burns and kills that monster, after which finally her life was saved. The mission had failed. But now it was very important for her to go to the world and give all this information. She immediately turns her space station back towards the world, and while leaving, she remembers all her crew members. In the post-credit scene of the movie, we are shown that Riya was not completely successful in her purpose. She was thinking that she had saved her space station from the aliens and she would go back to Earth, but when the space station was shown from outside, then it is revealed that the aliens had completely wrapped the entire space station within themselves, and they too were moving towards the Earth along with Riya, and a huge danger was about to come on the Earth, and the movie ends here showing just this.